Lights out and let's go racing, folks, and it's a very even start from the entire field.
There's a freight train forming behind him right now. He will be as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I can give you the hot tip. Sideways as a bishop on a chessboard. That was incredible car control.
Going for a bit of an ambitious dive now, and oh, there's contact! Here they come now around the final turn on the final lap. They're side by side.
Oh, there's contact there. Someone is going to be hitting the showers early tonight, I'll tell you what.
Crosses the line for P1. Brilliant racing. Absolutely sensational stuff.
This is heart-pounding. This is nerves-rising. This is sensational TV.
That's the sound, ladies and gentlemen, of absolute scenes here at Aussie Sim Racing. Good evening and welcome to this absolutely sensational broadcast tonight here. We are live from Sandown, the place where brakes go to retire, bumpers go missing, and Turn 9 has more victims than a horror movie. It's round 8 here at the championship, and the GEN3 Supercars are about to rattle the grandstands and possibly each other. They'll charge into Turn 1 like it's the last lap of Bathurst. It's a tight, all right, section of turns 2, 3 and 4 where optimism meets reality. And yes, that Sandown special, Turn 6. Heavy braking, cold tyres and overconfidence. It's less precision motorsport, more who forgot to brake. And don't forget that final quarter. It's a wide entry into it, slippery exit, and just enough room on the outside to pretend that little curbage was accidental that you hit. Gen3 Supercars are the lighter, sharper and supposedly easy to control, they say. Well, we'll see about that. Championship points are on the line, however. Egos are fully inflated. And somewhere in pit lane, there's already someone blaming someone else's setup. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Get your elbows out and prepare for 60 minutes here of racing tonight by 2 in Sandown-style chaos. This is round 8. Gen3 Supercars. Aussie Sim Racing is the league. Live on your home of motorsport, Sensational TV. Oh, yes, indeed, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, animals of all ages out there. It is round 8 of the championship here, live on your home of Sim Motorsport, Sensational TV. I'm Zach O'Reilly, the host tonight, and alongside me I've got absolute royalty in the box, a man who is younger than me by about 50% in the age department and has scored himself a legendary status in real life, commentating for the Formula 4 season here in real life, ladies and gentlemen, around Australia, around the globe. It's a good evening here to Lindsay Muddle. How are you, my dear friend?
I am pretty good, Zach O'Reilly. It is absolutely fantastic to be here. Sandown, what an iconic track with iconic moments, and the Gen3 Supercars absolutely get their way around this track in a very tentative manner in the traction zones, but I'm excited to see how these drivers are able to negotiate all these sectors of this racetrack. It is going to be a rip snorter.
It is a rip snorter indeed, coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. This is a format for tonight. We're at Sandown. It's the solo 3-lap qualifying, which has just concluded. Race 1 is a 30-minute, 5-minute warm-up in between those races, and then on to race 2, the feature. Another 30-minute sling, and it will be the grid from the finishing positions that start race 2 on that one as well. It's an absolute belter. I can't wait here for this tonight, Lindsay Muddle. These guys are going to be on like Donkey Kong here, and we've got some familiar faces in your brains here out on track tonight, and I'm kind of excited for it.
Yeah, a couple of drivers that I know from back in the day, once upon a time, you could say on the Formula 1 game. I believe P2 is Mr. Ryan Hunter, who was a very speedy customer in the F1 land. He basically won absolutely everything that I ever competed in on the F1 game, and won by a country mile. And then that, and you've got Fraser Clegg Ollie Stevens as well there in P7, who I recognise. Parkinson as well. And then you have Ryan Taborski as well, who I recognise from back in the day. So a lot of familiar faces showing up for me here, and I'm pretty keen for it. But I think that's Fraser flying into the wall.
It is flying into the wall because he's done. He's done his job here in qualifying, and it has been an absolute disaster for Fraser. He's not set a time. This guy's a quick customer here at Aussie Sim Racing, and he will be ruining this opportunity to miss out. But it is Sam Cullen who has taken pole position here, ladies and gentlemen, in qualifying. They've done their laps. It is the grid right there set. Cullen, Hunter, Isla, Shelton, Parkinson, and Rimdog get your top 6, with Stevens, Burke, Taborski, and Townend rounding out the top 10. And with that sort of griddage, that's talent out the front. I don't know why Sam Cullen's here, because apparently he is in racing in Scops, but just decided to rock up here, prioritise himself onto the sensational TV grid and Aussie Sim Racing, and go racing here, Lindsay. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, it is going to be absolutely fantastic. So starting on pole position is Sam Cullen. Then in second, rounding out the front row, is Ryan Hunter. Then you have Jordan Eitler, Ryan Shelton, Joseph Parkinson, Joshua Rimmer in P6. Then you have Ollie Stevens, Lachlan Burke, Ryan Taborski, Chris Townend, Ryan Ferber, Ty Saville rounding out the top 12 is another name that I recognise. And then you have Kobe Marshall and, Zach's gone fast.
My bad.
Where was I at now? Kobe Marshall, then Jackson Whitehead, Jacob Smith, Brock Clark is 16th. And then, well, I guess 17th and 18th don't exist. Then we have Craig Matthews in 19th. Then Charlton, then Luke Williams, Travis Freeman, Jordan Reno, David Jansen, or Jansen, depending on what it is, basically. Mitchell Sykes, Chris Asonia.
Yep.
I'm going to guess. Yep, there we go. How good am I? Zach Williams, Fraser Clegg, and Aidan Williams in P28 and 29. Zach O'Reilly.
Absolutely, Lindsay Muddle. And perfect timing here. Race 1, 30 minutes of action coming your way. The lights are up here, and these boys are about to set out round 8 in the championship, and they are a go here. That is a beautiful, beautiful start there from Sam Cullen. He's got a good jump. Ryan Hunter's also got a pretty good one too, but the rest of them behind have just been caught napping, and there goes Sam Cullen into P1. That is Shelton behind. Eitler, Rimmer, Parkinson trading places in the background there as well. You can see them all dancing and toing and throwing. There's cars around already. That's Travis Freeman in the Hino car in the foreground. Turned around already, and these guys simple their way through here into turn 4 out the other side. Up the back straight of Sandown we go. These boyos are racing hard here, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Sam Cullen out in front. The rest of the field here just looking back further down the field. We've got Brock Clark there in 15th. He's just up the arse here of Jordan Smith there. And then we've got Ryan Ferber, Whitehead, Saville, all in a pretty good monkey see, monkey do thing going in front of them into turn 6. They managed to navigate their way around there pretty nicely. But I'll tell you what, Sam Cullen is not getting away at the moment. It is Ryan Hunter here hunting him down, so to speak, here for 0.4 of a second. Only split between them on the first opener, and it was relatively clean there from these boys. A good start to a 30-minute session here, barring a few casualties there, Lindsay. And these boys are now starting to file out through the rest of the grid, and it's getting spicy out back here in the top 10.
Yeah, it is definitely, Zach, as I think we're about to see some racing kick off here on lap 2 as they head down the long straight in towards turn 1. Hopefully your brakes survive the braking zone and you don't lock up and go straight like we saw a few customers there do on the opening lap of the race. I think that's someone wide there in the background as well, and it is. There's some racing further back. I think that's Fraser Clegg and Taylor going at it as we look at Lockie Burke trying to put the pressure on Parkinson, but in fact I think he's had a poor exit himself, and Ollie Stevens is trying to put the pressure on as they head down this long straight and towards turn 6. Is it going to be close enough? Is the slipstream in full effect at the moment as they head into this next S's section? Can he go close enough? Can he go for a move, or will it be sized up towards turn 9? Here we go, over the curbs, cluttering over the curbs. He gets close, but it's not quite enough there, Zach O'Reilly.
Yeah, pretty good job there from all of them to get into and out of Danyong Road pretty cleanly there indeed. There is some toing and froing going on up and down the field here. Aidan Williams is having a good old crack here on the outside. I think they're of Logan Taylor. They're side by side. He's going to go the old Trailer Park Girl, move on the Cars 95 there. Gets the job done up the inside. Can he? Yes, he gets gets a wide berth there. Beautiful racing from the both of them, and Taylor's just going to have to settle for 18th place for now, but it's getting spicy up the front there too. You can see here in this foreground, Jacob Smith now all over the back here of Ryan J. Ferber, who has not had a good night here so far, and Smitho, he's just going to go, yep, straight around the outside if he can. He's just managed to miss it, and there goes Mr. Clegg up the inside. He's got the job done, and he's going to be charging onwards and upwards here now onto the back of Ryan J. Ferber as he goes through turn 4 out the other side, and that is a cork in the bottle situation there if I've ever seen one. Have a look at this one, ladies and gentlemen. Right on board here. We're at the back here with that man we just mentioned, Ferber. He's on the background here, Lindsay, of Savile Whitehead and Taborski all fighting over it. Even Kobe Marshall in the front there too. This is getting spicy.
Yeah, it really is. The battles are starting to heat up, and the slipstream definitely playing its part in all of that with such a long straight. There it is down the inside from Taborski. Oh, and he's tucked him round. That is not ideal there between the two of them. Just turn 9, claiming another victim, or claiming its first victim of the race, but that is to be expected here. But Fraser Clegg was the biggest winner out of that one. He said thank you very much and moved up into P11. That was fantastic. That's another car off there. That's Smith off at the final corner on the inside, and that is now Taborski heading into the pit lane. Carnage here, Zach O'Reilly.
Absolute carnage. We'll have a quick look at what happened there, because I think that is Jacob Smith getting overtaken there by Brock Clark. It is, but this is how Kobe Marshall yeeted it into, got yeeted basically into the back of Friar Taborski there too. Down into Danny Nongaro they go, and just the up and under, and I don't think Kobe saw him coming. Wacko! Just straight away pirouetted him around, and that is unfortunate there for Kobe Marshall. David in the chat will be having an absolute fit at the moment. Not liking any of that, but it's on here at the front. Look at this stuff. This is Eitler now fending off a position here from Joshua Rimmer, who wants to get third place back off Jordan. Down into turn 6, heavy braking zone. Can he get the thing pulled up? He can't. He's got to have to just skip over the curb. 2x2, nearly. That is incredible racing from the both of them. Nearly contact there. Now they're getting elbows out, because here comes Shelton too. He's fighting onwards here. We've got Parkinson and Burke lining up for another go too. And Eitler's just having to go full defensive here now around the outside. Goes Rimdog. He's got the job done there. Holy cow. Ambitious and opportunistic. And he's taken that P3 out of Eitler's hands. And Shelton's gone up the inside there too and taken that position as well. So this is incredible stuff here from these top 7 guys. This is racing onwards here. It's like it's the last lap of the race, but these boys are fighting tooth and nail, and Shelton's going to have to outbrake the big Eitler into turn 1. He does just, turned around there in the background by Parko, who actually turns him back around too. Goodness me, that is gentlemanly like, but nearly disaster there from all those guys. Parko, goodness me, mate, you were nearly caught in 2K there, absolutely punteritoing a guy up the field, but you got yourself back into it, barring a bit of damage there, Lindsay, on the front bumper.
Yeah, that was absolute carnage, and it all started between the Sideways Esports entry and the Team OCE entry of Ryan Hunter and Parkinson, I believe it was, who were going at it, and that was, Eitler, who was going at it, so that was what started all of that, and then it just turned into absolute carnage as they all closed up to each other. But now we're looking at Ferber, and look at that, he has the run through this section. Will he go down the inside at turn 9? No, he's going to be patient there with the T8 livery on his car. Oh, and that's a spin under traction there. That is not what you want to see at all, but it's what's happened, and that is Saville dropping down the order, and that was disastrous, but it's so easy to do in these V8 supercars. These Gen 3s leave no margin for error on the throttle. They're so easy to spin around, and that was just the proof in the pudding.
There was there indeed. Unfortunate there for Saville. He's facing the other way in the other Falcon car as well. Fortunately, it's not the case there for Parkinson, who we can just see in the foreground there. He's fighting on and battling on, but this battle here between Burke and Owen Stevens is going to be, Ollie Stevens, sorry, is going to be pretty spicy, because I have a feeling here that Ollie's got the old red mist in the cockpit here. He's angry tonight. He needs to get out there and do a great job, this man. He's on debut in the series, and that red arc brake controller there, he'll be putting that straight Bluetooth style into the car in front of him and just controlling that brake pedal at a later stage so we can outbrake him into another turn. This is 6 coming up here. Down we go, sweeps it in. They both get around there nicely. No Bluetooth brake module yet, but it's just brewing and brewing, and Burko here is doing a great job, mind you. 5th place for him, and he's, oh, jeez, look at that. That was so close there to a spin there on his own throttle pedal input for Ollie Stevens, but these guys know how to do it, ladies and gentlemen. We're up in the commentary box. It's pretty easy from up here to judge them, and these boys know what they're doing, Lindsay. It's getting spicy, though. We've got to switch back here, because I'm telling you, this one here is just spicing up, and I've crossed right to it. Right there, camera director style, Rogers versus Jansen, and they're fighting over it. Look at that angry gaggle of cars behind, Lindsay. This could be interesting.
Yep, this is going to be a big battle. This is a huge trainer. That's down the inside there. And that was a great move at the final corner. Now Asonia's falling under pressure from Ty Saville, who we just saw spin as we saw Maitland go down the inside, get that one done. Now here comes Saville down the straight, looking to get the move done on Asonia as they head down in towards turn 1. He's trying to get it done, but there we go, the damage playing its hand because it's costing him straight line speed, but he breaks late anyway, and he's going to get alongside Cook Maitland there, and Maitland has to lock up. That's a fantastic move later on the brakes. That was absolutely balls of steel stuff there from Ty Saville to get that one done, as Cook really struggling here.
Oh, he was there. That was unbelievable. Just had to get out of the way, and you saw his four brakes lock up there as he turned in just to try to avoid it, and it was all happening on like Donkey Kong. Let's have a quick look because we saw Rogers in the background there completely losing it, and let's see what happened to him because he was past him, and oh no, caught absolutely guilty as charged there, and he turned Jansen around. Jansen's just trying to get back onto the field, but that was so close by the rest of them coming through. Holy cowabunga, nearly took all 4 of those drivers out, literally nose to tail style, and it's race on again here. This is Cook Maitland. He is all over the back there of Christian Asonia again, and there he's trying to look for a move up the inside, nearly just overlapped there, couldn't get it. Now Asonia's early on the brakes, he's got to get the power down as Cook Maitland here and get the run out the other side. He does it. That Mustang's just got more grip there at the moment on these tyres. It's unbelievable stuff here. This is for the minor placings, ladies and gentlemen, mind you, and they're fighting over it tooth and nail. Speaking of which, look at this for a battle pack here. We have got Shelton trying to get on the back of Rimmer. Rimmer, he's got to fight him off. Burke is coming through at a rate of knots there too in the red car, and this is unbelievable stuff. Have a go at these guys going into Dandenong Road. Full commitment, absolutely nothing left on the table, and you can see here just the difference in how these driving lines they take. This is the second last corner on the Sandown circuit, and they all file their way in, hit the curb on the outside. No one uses a brake apart from the man in front of Shelton. Shelton's gone out the other side, and you can see him now just losing that little bit of track position as they go through. It's just gave about a slipstream away from an overtake here for Lachlan Burke on Shelton. He's gone for it up the inside. This is good stuff here. Shelton's covered him off though. Lovely driving, but it nearly checked him up into the background for Owen Stevens coming at a rate of knots too. And look at Eitler and Fraser Clegg here, Lindsay. This is on.
Yeah, it is, and he's down the inside as they're going to go side by side there through the apex, but just inching forward again was Eitler as Fraser Clegg is a man on a mission. If you don't remember, he was all the way at the back tail of the grid on the start, and now he's all the way up into 8th. So this has already been fantastic driving here over the first 10 minutes of this half-hour race, and he's trying to move even further forward. He is absolutely flying at the moment. I don't think it's done yet, but this whole train is absolutely going at it. Could we see a turn 9 move here from Burke? We will see the nose shown, but he doesn't go for it. Fraser Clegg doesn't go for it either. This whole 5-way train is absolutely going off it at the moment as they head through this final sector.
This is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching Sensational TV. You're watching the Aussie Sim Racing grid here. 28 cars there on a Sunday night. Where else do you want to be? You want to be right here watching this action, because look at Clegg now. He has got an absolute rip snort of a run. That Mustang in front of him is punching a big hole in the front air dam section of this car, and he's going to go up the inside. He thought about it for a moment, didn't get that job done. Just trying to fade a little bit of aggression there, and he's gone for the inside run there on Eitler too. And that is a big check up there between the two of them. Oh, they nearly all come together. Somehow navigated that. I don't know how 3 cars came out of that alive. That was incredible. Burke was all checked up. Stevens got past him, and these 3 nearly backed up into each other there. That was super clean stuff, and navigating a desperate point of disaster, I can tell you now. But Clegg's still in the charge. From 28th, he is now into 20 positions up into 8th place. And racing like an absolutely man possessed. He is possessed by the racing demon tonight, and he does not care a rat's toss bag about what everything else happens in front of him. He needs to go and get on the gallop, and it's still on here. This battle is a beautiful stuff. It's so even Stevens here, Lindsay, in the pace department. We just don't know how or when something's going to happen. It's so close, it's so fast, it's so tedious. One little mistake, and 3 guys here could lose 4 or 5 positions.
Yeah, but they are beginning to space out at the front of the train at least, but here at the back with Fraser Clegg, it is still really close. The leaders as well have absolutely gotten away, and I'll tell you what, if Cullen wasn't there, this would be the true Ryan Hunter experience that I'm used to, but they are 7.8 seconds clear of the next car. That is absolutely phenomenal driving for the both of them here before the pit stops have even occurred. but the battles further back are just absolutely making this race. You can look at the drivers up the front doing their best work, but these drivers are definitely doing their best work as well. All of this fantastic racing, and now Burke is going to be under pressure because here comes Jordan Eitler as they head down the straight and towards turn 6, 7, 8, and 9. Here we go. He pulls up to the left-hand side. He has the inside. He shows the nose. That is brave there, but he forces Burke wide. He's pulling alongside as they clatter over the curb. Now into turn 9. It's side by side between the two of them. Who gets the better exit? Burke is off the road there, nearly touching the gravel. He gets the poor exit. Fraser Clegg says, thank you very much. I'll take the place too as they head into the final 2 corners. Fantastic racing there, but Burke loses out twice.
He loses out twice, and he's going to be losing out thrice and fourth. If we got a nickname for that, I don't know, a flights? I don't know. I've got no idea. You go twice, thrice, and then fourth. I don't know. But this is a good move here from Fraser Clegg. He's got the job done now. Eitler just made an absolute beautiful exit there, and he gets that one onto the grid. That is Shelton as well, just trying to get in front there of Ollie Stevens as well. So it's looking pretty racy up in front of these two now. It's Fraser Clegg, all eyes forward, I would say here. That's the view he's got up the straight. We go here at the back of Sandown. Turn 4 is done. Turn 5 is just a kink to the right. They're accelerating up to 285 kilometres an hour or thereabouts as they get up into this. This is a cracking little section of circuit. You've got to commit. You've got to get yourself braked early, point it in, get yourself clavering over these curves. Use a bit of the inside open as well as you can there too. And look at the speed there of Fraser Clegg's closing distance. That is the man that possessed. I'm telling you right now, he got the grip.exe on. He's got everything going for him. He caught about 3 or 4 car lengths in one corner just on the back of this pack. That is a blue flagger right in the way there of Ollie Stevens, and he's got to get out of the way right quick. He does so into the pits, but Fraser Clegg's now got a beautiful run out of this corner as well. Down the front straight away we go. He's got a couple of furlongs here to go down the front straight, and here at Sandown it's looking pretty racy up the inside. He's thought half about it. Shelton's half covered him off and he doesn't go for it. Very, very patient, but just as I say that, he centre punches the rear bumper there of Shelton's Mustang and thinks, oh, you know what, I'll go for the next one, but I'm here, son, I'm coming for you. And that is an error there from Shelton too. He just ran over the outside curb into the grass, and that's going to give Clegg a beautiful run. Bit of checked up on the exit there as well, but it's neck and neck. A hole in the air getting punched once again, Lindsay. This is unbelievable stuff.
Yep, Clegg is now hunting for the move in the slipstream. He's closing and closing and closing. Will he go for it into turn 9? You've got to imagine that's the spot, but he's going to show the nose into 6. Try and force an error there from Shelton. We've already seen a couple of mistakes creeping in. The pressure is building. The pressure is on. Clegg shows the nose. Doesn't commit to it, though. I think this could be a move into the next 2 corners, the final 2 corners of the circuit. It's a defensive line there from Shelton. Now Clegg's trying the outside line. It's full defense mode here from Shelton. He knows that he can't let Clegg through or he'll be gone up the road saying goodbye as he now dives into the pit lane. All of that defense just to dive into the pits. Clegg now has free air in front of him.
He does, but that is a pretty good opportunistic place to do it, I reckon, there for Mr. Shelton, because he just clears himself of any of this nonsense. Now Fraser Clegg's got to either choose to defend or go hard here, and tell you what, an outlap has to be nailed there for Shelton on the next one. That's 30% fuel, ladies and gentlemen, so they've got absolutely no fuel tank to deal with here tonight. It is just fuel up, send it, and sprint. It's enough there to get yourself within 15 minutes of the race out of 30, and then you've got to choose whether you're going to go for the undercut or you're going to go for the other overcut there. And I'm telling you now, it's opportunistic here for Fraser Clegg to go for the overcut here at Sandown. It's not the one that usually works IRL, but sim racing breeds a different strategy. I can give you the mail as these boys are racing onwards through the field. I reckon all of these cars right in front and everyone in this screen here is surely going to come into the pits on this lap and serve their fuel stop and get themselves back out there, because they've got a nice bit of clean space. There's a bit of a gap there between 9th and 10th on your track map up the field. So if they pit now, they might just sneak out in front of it there. And there you go. There's a couple coming in. That is Ollie Stevens into the pits. Clegg doesn't go. Neither does what's his name? Rimdog as well. So they've all come in behind them guys. Cullen's in. Ollie Stevens in. Isla, Williams and Burke all peeled in. This is unbelievable. And Sam Cullen, after all that leading and racing, he's still come out, ladies and gentlemen, right now, and he's still going to be effectively in about 5th place. That is what the lead of the race does.
That's Ryan Hunter. He's just jumped Cullen with the undercut, Zach.
Oh, he has too. Goodness me, my eyes are absolutely 40 vision usually, but at the moment they're acting as 5, and that is a beautiful undercut straight away, called by Lindsay Muddle. That's why he's getting paid and I'm not in real life. He's just absolutely jumped him straight away. Cullen will be ruining that opportunity, and it is now Hunter in the lead of this race, and he can be the one to be hunting, and he's also the one to be hunted. Sam Cullen, second place now effectively on the road. This is going to be interesting, Lindsay.
Yep, it really is. I did notice that about 2 laps ago, Ryan Hunter came in, and I was just waiting for Cullen to box. Then he came in, and just about Hunter gets ahead, but then he's extending the gap even more because of the cold tyres that Cullen has on his car. But because Hunter's behind the traffic, this is a bit of a struggle moment here for Ryan Hunter, because it's meaning he can't use the opportunity that he has while Cullen's on the cold tyres. He now does get ahead of the 888 liveried Ferber, and now he can really stretch the legs, because he's got about another half a lap to a lap before Sam Cullen's tyres become all the way heated up back into the window, and he needs to use it.
Well, he's done the quickest lap of the race. A 1:08.1 is this man's best, and Sam Cullen's only done a 1:08.3, so he has got the pace. He's got the raw pace out there when he needs it, but can he do it in the long run for the racing strategy? He can be a qualifier and a hot lap. Oh no, there's that would be... Oh my goodness, I've completely forgotten his name already. That's Brock Clark facing the wrong way there. Goodness gracious me, I knew who that was, but couldn't get the name out of me vocal cords, ladies and gentlemen. But it is now race on. 1.3 seconds is the gap between Hunter and Cullen, and that's looking pretty spicy, that one, for this. Ollie Stevens has just gone out. Oh, he was out, and now he's back into the race. I just had a heart attack. Timed up and down the timing tower there and disappeared, but he's back. These guys have all now filtered through their pit stops, Lindsay Muddle. So this is genuine race on here. That's Parkinson, Williams, and Eitler in the background, who have all had a shocker of a pit stop compared to these two. And now this is race on here between Stevens and Shelton. Again, this is going to be a belter.
Yep, Stevens on the hunt. He is very, very close as they attack the curbs here and towards turn 9. He shows the nose, but he can't quite creep up alongside. Further in the background as well, Eitler and Burke and Williams, not Burke and Williams, Eitler, Burke and Clegg weren't able to go at it either. So a little bit of tiptoeing at the moment. Oh, that's a snap there from Shelton, as now Ollie Stevens will be on the attack as they head onto the straight and towards turn 1. The slipstream in full effect at the moment as Ollie Stevens is creeping forward, creeping closer, creeping alongside, and now can he get the move done? He's forced all the way to the yellow line on the inside. Now he breaks late, but is it late enough? He has the inside line for turn 1. He gets ahead, just giving the squeeze there to Shelton as they head in towards turn 2, and he has the job done. Fantastic racing there between the two of them. Ollie Stevens has now made a mistake though. That was wide on the entry, and now he has the disadvantage with no slipstream heading down towards turn 6.
Good stuff there from the man to keep himself in the track limits, get himself out the other side and take P4. Here's Ollie Stevens. Lovely driving there. Shelton will be licking his wounds a bit because he's got an angry gaggle of cars coming behind him. Parkinson, Williams, Eitler, as well as Burke and Clegg. Don't ride out Clegg yet at the moment either, ladies and gentlemen. Pitted from 7th place and now finds himself back down in 10th, but that's okay because he knows what he needs to do. The lead, however, 10 minutes to go. It's gone from 1.3 seconds down to 9 or so tenths of a second, nearly 8 tenths between those two. So racing onwards here and getting right out of the way of the perfect time there for Ollie Stevens. Is that blue flagger just in the nick of time? But as I was saying, it's very close at the front because I think Hunter has had an absolute mare there. No, he's had to get through Ash Rogers there, right in the way of traffic of these boyos now. And look at this, Lindsay. This is Sam Cullen's perfect opportunity here to take Hunter's lead away from him and take it into P1 because Cook Maitland's also coming up, who he's got to navigate as well.
Yep, so here comes Cullen. This is the battle for the lead with lap markers in the way. This is when the pressure really builds, and Ryan Hunter is going to be put under pressure, and what a dive bomb there from Sam Cullen to get alongside. It's absolute pandemonium here at for the lead for the battle for the lead of the race, and this is absolutely fantastic stuff. Cullen gave absolutely no craps whatsoever about what happened when he dived there. All he knew is that he wanted to brake later, and that's what he did. Now he gets a better exit as well because Hunter was once again impeded by traffic through the final corner. Now the leaders are making contact down the straight. It's side by side. This is absolutely fantastic stuff as they head into turn 1. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Cullen has the inside line. Hunter closed the door. They're both around. They're spun round. Ryan Hunter is sideways. He collects the lap marker as well. Cullen waiting slightly. Cullen back into the lead of the race. But what consequences does that bear? That was huge contact.
That was massive indeed, and they both cost each other a bit of track position as well. But but is it going to be Sam Cullen who thinks it's a redress, or is he just going to let the stewards have a bit of a talk about that post-race? Because boy, oh boy, that was unbelievable stuff. Let's have a look and see exactly how it happened here, ladies and gentlemen. They're both filing their way. Look at that door banging, as Lindsay said, all the way down into turn one. Cullen's up the inside. Oh, look at that from Hunter. He just cut his nose in front there, I would say. Just a bit of spatial awareness needed. And the two lap traffic cars get a bit of the old Tijuana on the way through, just for a fair measure. Oh, geez, that scenes. I'm going to leave that one up to the stewards, but it is Sam Cullen leading this race with only 7.5 minutes or thereabouts left to go. Oh, Hunter will be absolutely pissed off right now. I can give you the hot tip, Lindsay. Not the place he wants to be, but tell you what, you don't want to be right here. There's a car in the background too, I think. That was Lachlan Burke as well, getting yeeted off the circuit. We're going to have to check out and see what happened to him as well, and see what this man did, because boy, oh boy, he was right in the thick of it there too. He's just got, no, he's just looped it himself. See you later, alligator. Unbelievable. There's a scenes here. It's all happening up and down the field, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to get back to this battle, because look at this, Lindsay. This is Unlock Donkey Kong here for P5, 6 and 7.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic stuff, but now it needs to settle in, but I don't think it is going to settle in. The battling here with 7 minutes to go in this race is absolutely incredible, as Parkinson trying to show the nose on Shelton. Look at that, off the rear bumper. There is absolutely nothing between them except a bit of a poor exit, but now the slipstream should close it back in now for Parkinson as they head towards turn 6 and the S complex. What will they do here? Will it be an attacking maneuver from Joseph Parkinson as they head into this next section of racetrack? He'll be thinking about it. He'll be planning ahead. Will he go for it? It doesn't look like he's close enough. Andy gets a snap there through the S's for good measure. It's not going to quite work out. These drivers really wrestling their cars at this point, and that's case in point. Shelton loose on the rear as they head towards the next lap of this race.
Yeah, good stuff here. And look at that. Parkinson just dives it in very, very early indeed. He was right on the rear clacker there, and he has to be, because he's got a very, very angular Aidan Williams coming up his bumper too. He's got a lovely little bit of slipstreamage here too, I would say. He's just going to have a little bit of an advantage, but not enough to get himself in front into turn one. They go line astern once again. This is on like Donkey Kong, and you can just feel the pressure mounting in Shelton's race car at the moment. There's Ollie Stevens blinking in and out of existence in front as well, doing a Benny Mead. But Parkinson, he looks pretty racy here at the moment compared to that car in front of Shelton's, and Aidan Williams too as well. It's looking very, very nicely indeed here for a good old setup. Eitler's coming through. Clegg's just now entered the chat in the background there in ninth. Has he got enough time to take advantage of all of this? There's Brock Clark getting right out of the way. He doesn't want anything of that in the way of his racing as well, but this is cracking stuff. Line astern, ladies and gentlemen, into turn 6 we go. Out the other side, 7 is there, 8 is navigated, then 9 into Dandenong Road, and look at the closing speed here from that man on screen right behind this man Parkinson. This is Williams in that green and black car, Chris's favourite livery, because it's got green on it. Anything he says with green is a good favourite for him, but is he going to be able to do the Chris Munro impersonation and get it perfect on the exit? He can't. Parko's got a better run there. Lovely, lovely driving, Lindsay, and this battle is just going to resume onwards and onwards and onwards. They're the closest gaggle of cars, and look at those times. We've got 109.0, 109.1, 109.3, 2 and 4, all split between 4th down to 9th. This is how close it is.
Yeah, and another thing to keep of note, the stakes have been raised because Josh Rimmer had a moment, and I saw the meatball next to his name. Now he's back in the pit lane. So this battle here from Ollie Stevens back is the battle for P3, the last podium place here in race 1. So that means the stakes have been raised even higher, Zach O'Reilly.
It has, and this is what's happened to the Rim Dog. This is the old Crasherino that he is got the old meatball flag for. I don't know what's happened to him. Is he ran out of fuel? He might have ran out of fuel here. It could have been that way. Oh, my goodness. Or a technical issue. But he's gone. He's out of this one. That's given Sam Cullen a beautiful, beautiful scenario in the championship for him now that that man is gone. But rack racing here, ladies and gentlemen. Parko still hasn't been able to get past Shelton. Stevens is now becoming the old cork in the bottle big time here because he has been caught at a rate of knots there and gone wide there on the exits too. Oh, this is unbelievable stuff. He's blinking in and out of existence there because there is a car in front that does not want to be in this one. He's galloping away. He's finally made it there. A bit of flashing and toing and froing there from Shelton behind and right rightly so. But look at these guys come in. Parko's into it. Aidan Williams is into it now. They've all navigated their way just around. That blue flagger is absolutely shitting the bed here. He would be crying to his mum and dad if he can, but the battle is on here between these two. At the back, Clegg is now hunting all over the back of Isla. Opportunistic up the inside, out of turn 4 they go. Oh my goodness me. How do you get that done without contact and out pushing the car of your opponent out into that big blue barrier? I'll never know. Lovely driver there from Clegg, aggressive but fair, Lindsay, and it's racing on with these two, and it's racing on back up here for 5th.
Yeah, it absolutely is. This is fantastic stuff. Ollie Stevens clearly having some connection problems as well, as he's blinking more than Blinky Bill at the moment as he heads around the circuit, disappearing and reappearing. So that definitely adds a layer of complexity for Shelton and Parkinson behind, because every time he disappears, they don't know where he's going. So it makes it very difficult to overtake. So potentially could be the difference between going for the move and not going for the move for the last podium place. But we'll see how that develops. Still a few more minutes to go here at Sandown in race 1, and it's absolutely not slowing down. These battles showing absolutely great racing constantly from start to finish, and I'll tell you what, it's not slowing down until the checkered flag of this race, because it looks like Shelton is closing in even more as Clegg slowly pulling away from Eitler as well in the background. Could he get on the back of this battle before the end of the race? That is the question here that needs to be asked, because he could show some absolutely crazy moves in the closing stages of this race if he does close back up. But now towards turn 6, this battle will resume. Who's going to try and make a move? It looks like Parkinson could be the first to blink, but Shelton also is closing in. He's had a great run through turn 6, now through 7, 8 and into 9. That's a slightly defensive line. Oh, that's a lockup. Oh, that was drifting through turn 9. He's absolutely on the raggedy edge of his supercar at the moment, Zach. But now here comes Parkinson on the inside.
Looks like it too. He's going to have to take a move and go for it, because Williams is right up his clacker as well of Parko, and he's just got all crossed up on the exit himself. He's been released though, as now Shelton over those two. Parko also had a mare, so did Aidan Williams as well. So those guys all could have had an opportunity to take that position straight off Shelton, but they missed it. And there's only a minute and a half left of racing to go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we call sim racing. This is full aggression, Sandown style, Aussie racing cars in the V8 fashion, and boy oh boy are they putting on a show here for us tonight. This is unbelievable. Look at Parko just try to close the gap there and nearly get centre punch in the rear by Williams, who didn't know was going to toss that much brake pedal onto the thing, and out the other side. But Shelton now is going for the 3rd place. He's got a ripper run here. This is good stuff. He's gone to the outside here. We'll ride on board and see how they go about it as we get to turn 6. This is going to be interesting. He's still there. Had to put the brakes on early. Here comes Parko as well. Now they're 3 wide coming into this corner, possibly file them back into single status and somehow get through that all unscathed. Look at Williams in the background getting done there by Clegg as well. Clegg's entered the chat, Lindsay Muddle. He's on here. He's got that position 6 done straight out from 28th position, ladies and gentlemen, up 22 places. P6 at the moment for Fraser Clegg, and it's the white flag now for these boyos as they're rounding the final corner onto the front straight away we go. This is it. This could be on here, and I'll tell you what, if something happens, it's going to happen big.
Yep, it's the last lap, and it's far from over now. Zach O'Reilly, this has been a cracking race, and it's not done yet. The battle for the podium still going, and the other placings here in the top 6s. That was Eitler off the track at turn 1, just very wide there from the Sideways Esports car, and now it is just all focus from 3rd all the way to 7th. They are separated by only a few tenths of a second, and look at the exit Clegg got here against Parkinson. He's all over the rear bumper now as they head down the straight and towards turn 6, and then crucially that run down to turn 9 as here comes Clegg on the outside. He's been forced defensive to the inside goes Parkinson. He's on the outside line. He's going to have to go across the curb. Whether that gives him a slowdown or not, I'm not sure. I think it has given him a slowdown, and that is going to cost him here potentially as they head through the dying stages of this lap. Cullen crossed the line to take P1. What about these minor placings, as it was Cullen to take P1, Hunter P2, who gets 3rd. Clegg's dived it down the inside anyway, but now here comes Williams. Is he going to get them both? He does get them both. He gets Fraser Clegg, and he gets Parkinson as well. What a fantastic exit off of the final corner. A double overtake to finish his race.
Goodness gracious me, but there is only one man who can take the biggest prize out of this one, and that is this man. Sam Cullen takes the chockies by 4.5 seconds. We just missed him crossing the start-finish line because that battling was just so intense. But boy, oh boy, is this man put a statement on tonight here, ladies and gentlemen, for the rest of him. Hunter could not carry on and keep up with the big man. He has taken this one once again to Sam Cullen, fresh off a bit of pretty top-tier competition, trying to qualify himself for the Tier 2 of Scops as well. But this man takes the win, and rightly so. Race 1 done. Race 2 is up next. But as we say, Lindsay, yeah, if you're not first, you're last, as they say at the old Talladega Nights. And this man here is none better at taking first place. I can give you the hot tip. Lovely, lovely stuff done by him. And that is the race 1 done and run and won, so to speak. And just as quick as that happened, we can't even get the results up for you, ladies and gentlemen, because they've gone straight to the old 5-minute warm-up, which means you need to take a breath. Lindsay needs to collect his thoughts and his lung capacity, go and get some oxygen intake, as do I, into the lungs. So sit back and relax while we run through a bit of a break here at Aussie Sim Racing for race 2 coming your way. Boy, oh boy, if race 1's anything to go off, race 2, the feature, is going to be a belter. Don't you go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back here in just a couple of moments after some words from our sponsors. And expertise in getting the best gear, Sensational TV has proudly partnered up with Speed Nation. It is New Zealand's go-to destination for high-performance sim gear. They also stock the best and biggest brands in the game, from Thrustmaster, Moser Racing, Next Level Racing, Sparko, Turtle Beach, and more. And whether you're looking for the ultra-responsive racing wheels or pro-grade flight controls, immersive audio, or rock-solid cockpits, I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has got it all. They also carry other trusted names like Butt Kicker, PT Actuators, Wheel Stand Pros, Gen Ace, Spectrum in the remote control field, and also Collective Mind. So every step and part of your setup is covered, from complete racing rigs and premium flight packs. We here at Sensational TV, back in Speed Nation, to deliver the gear that takes your experience to the next level. Fast shipping, trusted brands, unbeatable quality. And I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has it all. And as an excellent gift for all of our viewers tonight and members out there of Sensational TV, and if you're trying to get into racing, go to the checkout, buy some stuff off Speed Nation, because if you buy any full-price product on the website, enter the code SIMSATIONAL, that is SIMSATIONAL. Oh my God, I can't even speak. And you will get a 10% discount off your end cart price. So go in there.
10%? 10% did you say, Zachary?
I did say 10%, mate. I did not say 5. I did not say 4. I said 10. Wow.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here on Sensational TV after what was a chaotic race one. We are now ready. We have absolutely restored ourselves, taken some breaths, AC/DC style, had the oxygen tank in the back ready to go to refill our lungs. We've refilled the condiments. We are ready and waiting for race two. And Zach O'Reilly, should we expect more of the same?
Poor, that's a good question there, Lindsay. It's a good question, and we'll find out because those top 6 or 7 that we saw was just battling onwards and upwards throughout the whole race, barring the last probably 5 or 6 minutes. So we've got Cullen, Hunter, Ollie Stevens and Shelton are your top 4. Then we've got Williams, Clegg, Parkinson, Eitler, Townend, Whitehead and Orion J. Ferber for the next one. And then from there onwards, it's Smith, Taylor, Taborski, Rogers, Freeman, Rimmer, Sykes, Reno, Sonia, Jansen, Clark and Zach Williams will round out the 24th. And then from there on, it's Charlton, Cook, Maitland, Lachlan Burke, Saville, Marshall and Williams will round out the grid. But we are set and ready to go here, ladies and gentlemen. The whole grid is up. Look how keen they are. There is 44 seconds here done, and they're all ready out and ready to race. This is going to be exciting. 30 minutes, the feature here, ladies and gentlemen, coming your way right here on Sensational TV. And the lights are up. The palms are sweaty. Can Sam Cullen take 2 from 2 here? Or is it going to be Hunter who takes the points straight back off him? And we are go here at Aussie Sim Racing. And it is a lovely jump there again from Sam Cullen versus Hunter. And he's had to cover him off. So he's a little bit closer this time into turn 1. But up the inside and around. Nearly in the 2 leaders have collided. And that is going to be carnage by them back behind them. Goodness me. Look who's got out in front. Sheldon Stevens have got past him. Cullen has somehow managed to get to 3rd and been punted again as well. It is absolute bedlam here in the opening 3 corners of Sandown for the feature. There's cars left, right, centre, turned around, upside down in the background as well. Cullen has lost out big time. So has the man as well in Hunter 2. 4th place for him now. They're not going to be happy with each other. Sam Cullen's got to fight onwards here and just put that behind him now because it's a massive, massive battle here behind. Look at Williams versus Parko going for it as well. And Eitler there as well. 2 involved. That is Zayden Williams in front of this one. He's following through. Oh no, he's got turned around as well. Or has he? Did he just do it himself there? Forgot to check the rear bias up and see you later goes Williams from that equation. Boy, oh boy. Drama, drama, drama here in the opening laps of the feature race here. The 2 leaders have taken each other out and it is now Ryan Shelton who leads this one, ladies and gentlemen. And that is unbelievable stuff. 2 red cars out in front. Lindsay Muddle. They're going to be putting on a defensive masterclass for those quick guys coming through.
That is the question, but I have no idea what I've even seen, Zach O'Reilly. Ryan Hunter, he just sort of, he embraced his Kiwi nature and called the full SVG, just get out of my way or you're absolutely getting the boot. And he's just absolutely sent him into the next realm. Now they're still 4th and 5th, but there's been a lot of contact. Cullen absolutely copped that he got hit again, and that was just absolutely fantastic stuff, but also some dodgy stuff as Cullen has a slowdown penalty. But he is closing up to the back of Ryan Hunter, I think, here, as, no, it was Eitler who was closing on him because he had the slowdown. And now Eitler says thank you very much to Ryan Hunter as well, is on his inside and gets that place. So they're dropping like stones. I'm not entirely sure why. I know that Cullen had the slowdown, but Hunter lost a lot of time there down that straight. And that was really strange, but it is allowing then the racing to kick off. We saw a lot of contact. Now let's see some side-by-side racing as Marshall and Taylor as well heading into the final 2 corners. We're having a go at it, but now here comes Ryan Hunter hunting his prey at the moment as they head towards turn 1. Eitler, the car in front of him, he wants to retake 4th position in this race. It is closing and closing and closing. Now, will it be disaster at turn 1 or will it be a little bit easier than racing Sam Cullen? He gets ahead and he is now up into 4th, and he has 3 seconds to chase to Shelton and those top 3 drivers, but we know he's capable. We know that him and Cullen had a 10-second lead heading into their pit stops, so it should be not too hard, but you don't know what sort of damage he's got inflicted on his car from that incident.
You do not know, and I think both of them copped the slowdown, but I think Sam Cullen got even a worse one because they were right next to each other, and you could see them just basically 4th and 5th line astern, and now it's Hunter who's got past, and then Cullen's back down in 7th. So a little bit of a story brewing there from these boys, but it'll be racing onwards, and Parko is not an easy car to pass. I can tell you that one. That guy in the Falcon Mustang there with Sam Cullen right behind him too. It's going to be interesting to see how these boys do, but Ollie Stevens is out in front, and he's in unfamiliar territory leading a Gen 3 race here for Aussie Sim Racing, and he's got a very, very familiar man who has led some races here for Fraser Clegg in P2 right behind him, hounding him at the moment. 3 and a bit tenths of a second is the gap. 108.7 was his best. 108.5 from Ryan Hunter as well. So it's all in those 108s, mid 108 sort of thing for the top 5. And look at the braking ability of Fraser Clegg. Just Craig lounges it into every single corner, just deep, deep, deep under brakes. Pays for it on the exit, but it overall gains him by maybe half a tenth or so per corner. And that's exactly what you need to do. And he's just trying to psyche out Ollie Stevens from taking P1 himself and getting that position straight taken back off him again. Is Fraser Clegg looking very, very racy. We've got to go back here because this is on. This man had a shocker, did Ryan J. Ferber in race 2, and he's now climbing all over the back here of Parko. This could be on here coming out of Dandenong Road, I reckon, Lindsay Muddle.
Yep, this could be a move now for Ferber, as here we go. He's getting closer, and we've seen him have a few opportunities into turn 9, really take advantage. He's closing and closing and closing, but not quite working there. But up the front, Ollie Stevens and Fraser separated by 0.2 of a second as they head onto this next lap. So I think that it could be Fraser's opportunity to head back into usual territory, leading the race here in Aussie Sim Racing here in this Gen 3 Championship. We saw it at the bend. Now will we see him take the lead again here at Sandown as he's heading down towards turn 1. He's closing, but he's not quite close enough. He didn't get the exit off the final corner that I really thought he would. He was really close and just didn't get it off the corner, but now he's closing once again.
He is closing, and you can see him through turns 2 and 3 out the other side. They go into turn 4, and then we get onto the front straightaway, well, the back straightaway here, and it is now race on. You can see that he just got the better mid-corner speed, but not the exit that he was hoping for. But that Mustang is punching a big hole in the air, and it's giving the advantage. It's under 1.5 tenths now, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to be close enough here to get the move done into turn 6, so he just leans off the throttle back onto the loud pedal earlier than the man in front of him, but it hasn't paid dividends such as yet. But look at the braking and the closing speed into Danny Road. They go out the other side and sideways there from Ollie Stevens too. Clegg has got the psychological advantage, I would say, right now over Ollie Stevens. So these boys are racing onwards. It's just about being defensive driving, but not slowing yourself too much further down than you need to do for Ollie Stevens. But Clegg is right up his clacker here at the moment. This is racing now. He's really, really close. It's a 10th. There's about a cigarette paper as he goes to the left to Jank it there to go for the move on the overtake. Up into turn 1 they go. Under brakes, can they go 2x2 through there? They can. Contact, I don't know. Just a cigarette paper and some door rubbing between the two of them there. But it is Fraser Clegg. Gets himself into P1 and says, I'm going to storm off into the distance now, Ollie. Good luck fighting with Shelton Hunter, Eitler, Cullen and Parkinson all fighting for your position here in the later stages. I'm just going to Tijuana myself out and go for it, as we see in the background right on cue. This is a good little battle here. Eitler now has got Cullen hunting him down, Lindsay, down the back straightaway.
Yeah, and this isn't the only driver making moves. Ryan Hunter's closing, so those two that made contact both trying to make moves at the same time. But Eitler under pressure now. Here comes Cullen on the inside line. Will he get that move done? Of course he will. He gets it done through turn 6, closes the door, forces Eitler over that huge curb on the inside of 7 and gets that move done. Now he has a bit of clean air, but he can see Hunter up the road and he'll want to close up and get that move done. But look at Ryan Hunter, 2/10 on Shelton now. It's closing and closing. That gap is a 10th as he's pulling up alongside. He's on the outside line. He's fully alongside at this point as they head towards turn 1. Who's going to be last on the brakes? That is the great question. Ryan Hunter has certainly showed some aggression at turn 1, but I haven't seen him on the outside line. But he does it anyway, right around the outside. Now he has the inside for turn 2. He gets it done there as he heads Gets through the apex. Great move. Now he needs to close up to Ollie Stevens, but he's shearing through this grid like a hot knife through butter at the moment. This is fantastic stuff, but look at Cullen closing in. It's like watching Jaws.
It is like watching Jaws here, just on that boat, and just hoping that the thing doesn't know that you're there, because Cullen is within 1.2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 1.2 is the gap. It was 2.3 at this point, last lap, and he's split it in half, nearly, basically. Unbelievable stuff from the boat, big man. So he is on the charge and racing angry as Sam Cullen. There he is, just in the foreground of that shot. But Hunter now needs to get the gallop on. He needs to start keeping himself in the racing rhythm, mindset, and keep himself going, because with that car behind him in the red is no threat to him. He can see that dark blue thing coming right at a rate of knots now. Not even within a second of Ryan Shelton. This is unbelievable pace here from Sam Cullen. He's racing the tits off this thing. So is Parkinson too now. Has got a beautiful run, I would say, here on Itley. He's not going to get it done into turn one. It looked close, but not far enough up the inside. But they follow each other, the line of stern in and out the other side. Parko's looking pretty aggressive here. He's gone for it. That must have been a slowdown penalty there for Eitler, I would say, because he's letting it go through, and over the bunda goes Parkinson, full Baja style. Lucky he comes out the other side, but his tyres are going to be absolutely dirtier than a $2 you-know-what, and that's going to allow Eitler straight back up the inside. And here comes Ryan J. Ferber too for a bit of a sniff. And look at the closing speed there from Ferber. He nearly had to poleaxe himself off the racetrack to just get past Parko, who has lost a couple of positions. Unbelievable car control there from Ryan J. Ferber. He's right back where he needs to be, and he's got Aidan Williams coming in for company too, as well as that man in front, Eitler. This is unbelievable racing here, and Sam Cullen is about to form his way back onto the arse of Ryan Shelton here, Lindsay. 4P4, believe it or not, Ripley style, and this guy is just on the prowl here. This man is possessed.
Yep, he is absolutely flying out there as he now is in the slipstream and attacking in towards turn one. After all of the drama on lap one, he was able to get his head down. We've already seen him gain some places as he shows the nose at turn one, just making Shelton know that he'll be making a move soon. So keep an eye on your mirrors, mate, because I'll be alongside you before you even know it. And I don't want to make any more contact if I don't have to. But now through this next section, he needs to focus on the exit. He needs to get the exit heading down towards turn 6. As there we go, he gets a reasonable exit, but a bit snappy there over the curb. The car just didn't want to get into a straight line. But now with the slipstream, he's closing and closing and closing towards turn 6. Will he go for a move towards turn 9 as he heads down into the S's? That is the question. He could be a bit too far back, but that's not stopped him before. What a great run there. Look at the extra speed he carries into turn 9, late on the brakes, but he can't get alongside. He's sizing it up now for a turn 1 move.
This is good stuff. The final two turns coming our way here. Cullen's just too far away. He's showing the nose everywhere just to fill the mirrors of Shelton's car in front of him, just to psych him out of it. And he's gone, and he's got that job done. Look at that for a bit of racing there, ladies and gentlemen. Just too narrow, too early on the entrance to the chicane there for Shelton. And that is Sam Cullen. Beautifully done. Straight up the inside. He has got 4th place now, and he's got 2.5 seconds once again to find between himself and Hunter, his nemesis, so to speak, in this race. Up to that turn 1 collision right there between them on the opening lap, ladies and gentlemen. Within 400 metres of racetrack, they came together, did Hunter and Cullen. So it's now prowl on here for Hunter and also for Cullen. So Hunter's going to be hunted, but how long until that happens? We've got under 20 minutes to go here left in the race. Plenty of action coming our way. Don't you worry about that. And it's that man who we've got to keep an eye on the prowl, on the charge here. Can he get that job done? We'll find out. But Parko here now has just got a bit of a task on his hands. Ferber has got him, and he's trying to hunt him down once again, though. So he's not a man here at the moment to just give it up easily. I can give you the hot tip for Joseph Parkinson. Needs to settle down, needs to get into a rhythm and flow himself back up through the grid. Oh, no, that's another lap traffic. That's, who was that out there? I think that's Zach Williams, who keeps going off there in the background as well. But, boy, oh, boy, has Parko got the task ahead of him between 7th and 8th place as well for himself. But Cullen, still not on the back of Hunter, but Hunter is closing in here, Lindsay, onto the arse end of Ollie Stevens. This is now a good place for him to think about P2.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time before he closed. I think that he's not closing the cars as quickly as Cullen is, but Cullen is absolutely flying, and Hunter's just sort of pacing himself. I think he's conserving and getting ready for the late stages of this race after the pit stops. He knows for now that he has time in his hand to use, so he needs to use it and be patient. But now, as they head down the straight, he will be eyeing up the overtake through this next sector of racetrack. Whether he's close enough or not is a different question entirely. So as they head into this next section of racetrack, Hunter, a man on a mission, looking to make a move to head up into the top 2 and then chase Fraser Clegg into turn 9. Will it be a move that he makes? No, but he's going to stay behind. Look at the extra speed he carries with different racing lines, and just look at the different way these drivers drive these cars. Every driver has a different line, a different perspective on how you should take these corners, and it really shows as Hunter tightening up the exit, making sure he gets the straight launch off of the final corner. And here we go, he's right underneath the rear bumper now of Ollie Stevens as they head into turn 1. Surely he can get this move done. We've seen an outside move from him earlier in this race. Now he's trying the outside line again, and he's pulling up alongside, but will he run out of road here? He's forced up onto the curb, but not by a squeeze, just by his own volition. Now on the inside of turn 2, nearly contact, but you can really see that he's just being patient. He doesn't need to force anything here, Zach.
No, he doesn't, and he just needs to see that timing tower behind him ever start to decrease very quickly, which is exactly what's happened, and that is why he has gone straight to the bunda and the outside of the circuit to take P2 straight away off Ollie Stevens. It's a drag race. It's neck and neck. In fact, there's nothing between it. Coming into turn 6, around the outside goes Ollie Stevens. He's trying to fight it off, but he can't do much there. And there goes Ryan Hunter into P2, ladies and gentlemen. Straight up the inside he goes. I've taken that one. Now it's 2.4 seconds is the gap between himself and Sam Cullen in 4th place. So we'll see that start to decrease or increase. We'll find out very shortly. But is this gap 1.8 seconds between Hunter and Clegg going to decrease or increase as well? We'll find out, because the pit stop window is very, very near. It's going to be this lap or the next. We saw the undercut be so powerful there for Hunter on screen. He got past Sam Cullen for that race lead in lap... Oh, geez, we can't even speak. In race 1. And somehow he's got the job ahead of him here. He's in the opposite position that he was to Sam Cullen. So is he going to go for the undercut there, or are they both going to file it in between each other? We don't know. It's a 50-50 bet. Get yourselves out there in the chat and tell me who's going to do it first. But I can tell you, all those meatheads in the mid-pack, from Sheldon Parkinson, Taylor Rimmer, have all come into the pits, and Luke Williams as well. So they've blinked very early here in this race compared to where they did last time around. So maybe they've got some knowledge that we don't, Lindsay. But boy, oh boy, this is where we need to look between Hunter, Stevens and Cullen for this lead of the race, and Clegg as well. Don't you worry about him. He's galloped away, but he's getting a little bit caught, I would say, by 0.2 of a lap, of a second per lap here, Lindsay, over Ryan Hunter, who's coming at a rate of knots.
Yeah, this is incredible at the moment, because you just don't know how it's going to end. Will we see Hunter come into the pit lane on this lap? No, this was the lap that last time he came into the pit. And look at that. Sam Cullen is trying the undercut. I don't think the undercut's 2 seconds powerful, but it will certainly get him closer. If that's someone spun, I think that's Eitler who spun on the pit lane entry. It is. He's sideways in the Sideways Esports entry, very much living up to the name. But that is not how you want to enter the pits. But now, it is going to be really interesting. We have to keep our eye on Sam Cullen as he's trying to close and pull the undercut. And look at the traffic they're closing up to here. Clegg and Hunter have got traffic in front of them. Surely they have to pit this lap.
Surely, for Christ's sake, because these guys right now are in a challenge of their life. They can either get up to the rear end of these guys and hold themselves up, or maybe just not and just keep themselves right behind until the dying moments. But they're going to catch them is the question. Before that, I don't think it's going to be perfect timing here for this man on screen, for him to come into the pits just before he gets held up too much by these blue flaggers. And you can see the closing speed and the pace advantage that Fraser Clegg has over him. He's going to duck it in, surely. He does now. So we've got a very, very nice undercut situation on our hands. So does Hunter behind too. So 2 by 2 Noah's Ark into the pits goes P1 and P2. Where is Sam Cullen on the screen? This is where he is right now. He's back on the arse end of Sandown. Up the other side, coming through turn 6 he goes. So he's now seeing that timing tower with the pit board in front of him, and he knows that he could get going pretty quickly into this lead. Is the undercut going to work for Sam Cullen, or is it going to be Hunter and Clegg being the better of the choices in the overcut department? We'll find out here. Are these boys moving? They are there. And look at this for a race out of the pit lane. And it has been Hunter who's got Clegg out of the pit lane. We go. So it's race onwards here. Clegg's given up the lead. Sam Cullen's just about to round onto the front straightaway. There he is in the background. But it is now Hunter effectively in P1, ladies and gentlemen, after a pit stop masterclass there from the big man. Has slotted past Fraser Clegg. And now it is race on for these two to fight off Sam Cullen.
Yeah, this is going to be absolutely fantastic, as Ryan Hunter needs to get past this lap car very quickly. He's in the lead, and now he needs to use it. A bit of miscommunication between himself and the lap marker, but I'm wondering if there might be some fuel saving involved in this strategy, because he was able to jump Clegg on the pit lane exit, and also look at the gap to Cullen, as Cullen has come out behind by a significant margin. That's a bigger gap than before, so something clearly has gone on there. As I'm not sure if it's fuel related, pit lane entry related. I'm sure we'll find out later in post-race interviews, but this is now race on. Cullen with a huge mountain to climb, and Ryan Hunter with the lead of this race once he passes Ferber, who's in the pit lane. And this is where Ryan Hunter does his best work. Up the front, clean air, nothing to lose, and a race win to chase. Yeah, race win to absolutely get for him. It feels like he deserves it. I can read his mind from here up in the commentary box at the moment. He thinks he deserves P1, and now he's got the task to do it, but he's got to fight off that man in the pink and black machine right behind him, as these blue flaggers are right in the wrong place at the wrong time. That Penrite car get right out of the way quick smart here, because Clegg will not shy himself at an opportunity, but he gets checked up there, and they both do, and there goes Hunter off the road, and unfortunately he's given up P1. Clegg has gone straight past him. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. He says blue flaggers have changed the race lead once again, ladies and gentlemen, and it is Clegg now leading this race. Sam Cullen's had an absolute mare. In fact, he's in the pits once again. Did he cop a speeding pit lane penalty? I'm not too sure. He's right back down there in 24th. So this is effectively the lead of the race if Ollie Stevens can catch up to him. But look at the closing speed there from Hunter on the back of Clegg. These boyos know how to do it. They're doing it fairly and squarely now, barring a disaster from these blue flaggers in front. I'll tell you what, Clegg will be hoping he can get past them without happening to Hunter behind what did at turn 4 as well, where the switchback came on, and out the other side came Fraser. But Hunter is really quick here, Lindsay, and these two now are onto it for P1 and 2 for the remainder of this race. Sam Cullen completely out of the equation and sitting in the pits. Yep, this is going to be fantastic, as now there's more racing in front of them, but Clegg on defensive on the inside. This is now going to get really interesting. It's Kiwi on Kiwi battling at the moment. It's like Scott McLaughlin and SVG going at it here, but it's Fraser Clegg and Ryan Hunter. These two so fast inside this round and the overall championship in the case of Clegg. As you can see the lights flashing, they don't want to get held up again by blue flag markers. They're about to go for a battle for the lead, and the lap markers are battling side by side in front of him. This could be disastrous now. They both get their nose in. They're in the thick of this lap mark battle. Fraser goes to the inside. He's surely going to lose time on the inside of turn 9. He does. Now here comes Ryan Hunter through this last section of the racetrack. He remains in the lead at the moment, but this is going to be fantastic stuff as this battle continues to heat up. They're running into more lap markers than ever. They now have a bit of clean air. This is going to be battle on between these two, and look at how close Hunter is as they run towards turn 1.
They've got 2 tenths between them here, Lindsay, and it's ever decreasing here now. It's 1.5 tenths of a second there. Just climbs out of the slipstream for a moment there, but look at Clegg. He's very, very cautious into turn 1. Hunter will be none of that at all. He'll be full aggression here at the moment. He's angry. He's really thinking about how to get this P1 back after he rightly got there and then got it slapped away from some blue flaggers right here. He needs to get that drive out of that corner of turn 4, and he doesn't. Clegg has got the supreme traction here at the moment. Sticks it fat up the outside. He goes up the back straight at Sandown. We are travelling, and the slipstream is getting punched in the air. This is good stuff. You can see Hunter closing in. He's not going to be close enough here, though. Into turn 6 we go. See the two drivers do it. 2 different lines. One's a little bit wider there of Clegg versus Hunter. Hunter's braking ability into here has been sublime all night, and he's gone for half the move. In fact, he's rubbed the back bumper on Clegg's car there. Finally just releases himself. Luckily there could have been a turnaround again, and Hunter would have been the one getting turned himself. Oh my goodness me, that was close. Clegg survives, Hunter survives. Race on here. This is for the lead of the race. It's enthralling stuff, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't been entertained, I don't know what else is exciting in your life. You might need to go get your brain checked, because this here is just balls to the wall stuff for the lead. It's the biggest gap it's been for about 5 laps here. 5 tenths of a second. That is how close it is, ladies and gentlemen. 5 tenths between the race lead, and it's back down to 3 tenths because here comes Hunter once again, Lindsay.
Yep, he's had a great run through turns 2 and 3. Now they head through turn 4, and he's absolutely pushing him there. You can see the inside of his front bumper off the rear bar camera. As now, here we go. This is the race on. Look at it. Hunter right underneath. Will he be forced to the outside line at turn 6? Yes, he will be. Clegg defending the inside. They're going to go wheel to wheel in towards turn 6, as surely Clegg can remain ahead with that inside line. Yes, he can, but now turn 9. Ryan Hunter braking later than Fraser, but he opens up the exit. Now it could be an 11, 12 and 13 move here as they head through in towards the final braking zone of this lap. And now he's going to go, oh no, oh, he's locked the rear. He hit the grass on the entry, I think, and he nearly forced another bit of contact while fighting for the lead. His rear tyres will be absolutely cooked, and he's being forced to chase. Once again, the Hunter is going to be hunting even longer.
Oh, geez, unbelievable stuff. Great call, Lindsay. He did get the old car switcherino onto the bunda. Brake bias style, rear lock up, and I don't know how he absolutely caught that thing. That was absolutely perpendicular to the track surface in the direction, and he still managed to not loop the bloody thing. I will never know, and I'm none the wiser, but that has given 1.5 seconds to the man out in front, Fraser. Now, he is really driving the tits off this thing. He knows that he wants this win so badly. Hunter is just trying every single trick in the book, and he's trying to get there as well, but those guys battle on. This is the battling that we want to see. This is close stuff, and it's back down for 7th and 6th place and 5th too. It's a 3-car battle train here now. Kobe Marshall here on the chat, and David's out there championing and cheering for him. But look at Shelton try to go for the move on the outside there of Rimdog. Rimdog's none the wiser there. They're both twitching and trading places there as well into Dandy Road. Look at the aggression and driving style they've both got. Marshall has injected himself back into this after absolutely having a mare in the race 1, and he blinks in and out of existence. Goodness me, don't have some hardware failure, champ. We want you to be up there. But Shelton now is all under sorts here at the moment, and look at the checkup there. He had to get on the throttle pedal and off it because he was sideways out of the final turn. Kobe Marshall is just sitting there straight line in that car, hoping for the best speed he possibly can. He's gone for the inside run though. He hasn't. He's thought about it, and now there's a blue flagger riding away. Get right out of there, Penrite car, for goodness me. Now it's Shelton who's just getting absolutely lost in the old train department from the man in front of Rimdog, and here comes Kobe Marshall. Good little battle. Marshall should be ruining the day that he DNF'd in race 1 up to P7 here in race 2, and he's nearly lost it there again, Lindsay. Goodness gracious me. And just like that, a battle has turned to a stalemate, and it is on like Donkey Kong once again for these boys to catch up to each other.
Yeah, these Gen 3s really tricky to drive, and I think we've seen that from so many drivers over the course of tonight, just getting loose on exits, especially out of that turn 4 exit, because they all know it's a mental thing. They're heading onto a huge straight. They want to get a good exit, and whenever you're thinking, I want to get a good exit, I want to get a good exit, that is when you're most likely to get a little bit lead-footed, and you can't get lead-footed in these things. But all the while, Ryan Hunter has already closed back up, and he's only 5/10 behind Fraser Clegg. This battle is about to be right back on here for the lead, Zach O'Reilly.
Yeah, good stuff here from these two. It's back to 5/10 of a second now. It was out to 1.3, and Hunter can race. He can race everywhere, but clean air is his best way to do it. And right as he gets up to the pointy end of someone, he just stops. He can't follow a car too quickly, and I think that's just a tribute and an absolute G-up in his department. But I'll tell you what, Clegg knows how to defend, and Hunter just has to outwit him here with only 4.5 minutes to go in this race. It's gone by like that, ladies and gentlemen, just like a big old Clickerino. And this is racing on once again. 4/10 of a second for Hunter. He's got the clean air that he needs to get out in front. If he can get Clegg's position, he now knows he can win this race by a country mile, but Clegg's the obstacle. He needs to get himself around, and can these boys do it? Look at that rear locking there for Clegg into the final turn. Out the other side they go, onto the front straightaway. Hunter P2, Fraser Clegg out in P1. And this is racing on 4/10 of a second, ever decreasing. Now, this is so close. You can see Hunter, he just did an 0.86 versus an 0.88 to Clegg out in front. So he's got the overall lap time advantage. Has he got the racing wits about him to do it? And there is an error that he was hoping for from Fraser Clegg. This is good stuff. We're right on board here and see how close he is. That's exactly where it is. It's a car length or less between P1 and P2 here in the dying stages here at Sandown for round 8 of the championship. And it is still Fraser Clegg out in front. Ryan Hunter in P2. On board with Hunter, you can just see that Clegg did get a beautiful exit out the other side, Lindsay. But this is racing on here, Donkey Kong style, right till the end. Boy, oh boy, this is fun.
Yeah, it's so close between these two, and Clegg is just cool as a cucumber. He is absolutely not falling for any sort of pressure that Hunter's putting on, despite the driver who's behind him. He just does not care. He's racing his own race, defending how he would against any other driver, as here comes the blue flag drivers again to try and put a spanner in the works for these leaders. And in fact, they're off the track and cutting the final corner, but we'll disregard that as they go off into the wall. Ryan Hunter right underneath Fraser, but we've seen this one before. We've seen this movie before, and it's just replaying. Will it have a different outcome? Ryan Hunter will decide that fact as he's in the slipstream. Is he going to go for it on the inside? No, he's not quite close enough, but look at how much he closes in the braking zone. So confident under the brakes, and yet he still can't get a move done. He has a few more laps to do it here, Zach, and it's just looking like it's becoming more and more likely because he's just getting so close, as Shelton now also going side by side with Marshall.
Oh, look at that. Marshall up the inside, and he blinks out of existence again, Houdini style. And they're going 2 by 2. This is for P6. Kobe Marshall's absolutely been fighting this one tooth and nail. This is close by them two, and there goes Marshall again. They're right neck and neck with each other. So is the lead again. So we've got to choose our battles, but I think Kobe Marshall's going to just get this job done. Up the inside he goes. He's just pushed Shelton wide, and now they're going 2 by 2 down the back straightaway here. It's 2/10 of a lead second between P1 and 2, and door rubbing again. They're not happy with each other. David Marshall in the chat will be absolutely cheering on here, Kobe, at the moment. And can he get the job done around the outside? He can. Just about a track cut. Oh no, there's Sheldon up, crossed up over the bunda. 2 by 2 again into Dandenong Road. These guys go for P6 and 7, and it's Marshall. Comes out the other side, says that thank you, I'll take that position aggressively, but he got the job done, and it's back to the race lead here, Lindsay, because we have only got 1.5 minutes of racing to go. They're going to get around one more time after this, and this is the absolute battle of Leviathans here for P1. Boy, oh boy, has this been some cracking racing to call.
Yeah, Ryan Hunter does not have much time left in this race to try and take the lead, but look at him. He's pushing Fraser down this straight. He's just right there. The move is right there. He just needs to commit to it. He needs to get it done. Here we go, as they go for the race lead. Once again, we've seen it before, but this time he's further alongside as they go wheel to wheel through turn 6, over turn 7, now through the left kink at turn 8, now into turn 9. Look at him. He's pushing now. He's right there. He can feel the race win in his hands, but he still needs to get past the blockade of Fraser Clegg, who's put on an absolutely fantastic performance. As look at that, Clegg checks up as they head on to the last lap of this race, Zach O'Reilly.
Goodness me, it's a white flag. You can see the flag marshal there having an absolute fit there. He's enthusiastic as we are in the cockpit here tonight, in the commentary box as well, for all these two races. But it just looks like here that Clegg might hold on, barring an absolute disaster. We've got to focus on the inside car camera of Ryan Hunter, because one mistake there from that pink and black car in front could mean P1 for Ryan Hunter. There's a blue flagger right in the worst place to possibly be here, but also at the same time, it's the best one. Look at the car behaviour there from Clegg. He wants it so bad. He was all checked up on the exit there. Now it's ever decreasing. It's under a 10.5 word Groundhog Day style here, ladies and gentlemen. I think Clegg's getting a good tow from that car in front. No, he's not. They're way away from them. But this is race on here. We've got 5 corners left to go here at Sandown. They're racing hammer and tong. It's Hunter versus Clegg. Clegg is all crossed up. So is Hunter there into Dandenong Road. He's gone for the switchback. Can he get this job done? He's nearly there on the overlap style. Boy, oh boy, in the fair dinkum department. This is racing on. 2 corners to go here. Who's going to navigate it? Hunter nearly did the same thing he did the last couple of laps ago. Oh, switchback. Oh. Puncerino's the back and gives Clegg an absolute Tijuana out the other side. But it is going to be Fraser Clegg who takes the win here in the feature. Boy, oh boy, in the fair dinkum department, ladies and gentlemen. Are you not entertained out there? Clegg, P1, 0.6 of a second to Ryan Hunter, right behind him there. Oh my goodness me, what an absolute scene there, Lindsay Muddle. Boy, oh boy, am I excited about that.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic racing between those two. After all the drama on lap 1, Hunter did a lot of hunting, but he couldn't get his last prey, as that was absolutely fantastic. Clegg just parked his car in all the right places at all the right times, and he manages to hold on. Fraser Clegg, take a bow, because he's just held off one of the best drivers I know, Zach O'Reilly. That is no easy feat.
No easy feat at all. Ryan Hunter has to settle for second, though. As good as he is, every dog has their day. And that is it. Unbelievable stuff. There's a couple of drivers still going around at the moment. I think Travis Freeman here is in a little bit of a battle. No, he was as he went across the line. He's checked up. Everyone's checked up out the outside. So the results page will come up right now, ladies and gentlemen. That was a rip snorter of a battle. Fraser Clegg takes the win tonight in the feature. 0.6 of a second back to Ryan Hunter. Ollie Stevens, hands to that man as well. His first time on the podium, P3 for him. Parkinson and Rimmer in P4 and 5. Marshall, Shelton, Eitler, Taylor and Freeman get the top 10. Whitehead, Smith, Rogers, Townend, Matthews, Cook, Maitland, Sonia, Clark and Sykesy round out the top 19. And then for the rest of the grid there as well, we will get them up in a second. If it wants to show, it will not. Let's just go here. There it is. And then we've got the RAS finishers. Jansen, Reno, Ferber, Williams, Sam Cullen. DNF'd out of that one. These are all casualties, by the way, from here. Williams and Aiden in Luke of the two of them. In 25th and 6th, Saville, Burke and Taborski. Unfortunately, Taborski not even starting the race. But it is time, ladies and gentlemen, to go down to the podium, and we're going to have to get these boyos going there. Lindsay, we're going to have to go to the Aussie Sim Racing Discord and have a chat to these boyos, and let's get that going. I'll meet you in there in just a hot second as we get down to the podium probe, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable scenes. I am miffed. I am excited. I still don't know where I am. Am I on planet Earth? I don't know. But I'll tell you what, there's some boys out there, and none of them are wanting to actually chat to us. None of them. No one wants to. They're going to be in there. Lindsay's in here with us. Where are the rest of the boyos out there? Come on, surely. There we go. We've got a couple of them in here now. I will get them up on your screens and voices, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with us here for uno momento, por favor. Well, what a race, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you what, it has been no other and a better place to be here, right, on Sensational TV. And congratulations to one man, Fraser Clegg. P1, mate, that was an absolute rip snorter.
I'd say not congratulations, just mate, congratulations to all three, because that was an awesome race. Yeah, got a shit start. Survived. I don't know what happened with the front to it. Turn one, and then I don't know. Sam Cullum turned himself across my nose, and yeah, suddenly I was in P3 behind Ryan and Ollie, and seeing Ryan Shelton at the front, and then yeah, seeing Ryan Hunter and Sam Cullen. Suddenly it's behind you. Suddenly it's like, oh, maybe there's a chance. And yeah, I got past Shelton, got past Ollie after a few laps, and then yeah, you have Ryan hunting me down. He's an awesome driver, and yep, clearly I put a couple litres too many on in the pit lane because he somehow jumped me and came out just in front of me. And at that point, it was just stay within slipstream with any sort of hope that something could happen, and it did, because a lapped car balked him, and I got back up the inside, and I knew at a track like this and in a car like this, I could bring out some defensive skills, and yeah, I'd have to say that's probably one of my best ever defensive drives, keeping a man of that skill behind me for that long. And yeah, he definitely kept me under pressure, and I hope it was good to watch, because yeah, it didn't help having some of those lapped cars who I think some of them need to put some mirrors in their cars, because clearly they ripped them off, because yeah, there was some questionable defending considering they're a lap down while we're trying to save our lives in the lead. But yeah, it was an awesome race, and well done to Ollie for 2 P3s on debut, and great race, Ryan, because that was super fun.
It was great to have all of that battling on. And Lindsay Muddle, you are familiar with this man in P2, so the honours are all yours, my dear friend. Let's get a couple of questions out of your great mind, and just give a bit of press here to Mr. Ryan Hunter, because he was on fire tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know all three drivers here in the commentary box tonight, Zach O'Reilly, so what a podium it is here. But yeah, Ryan, that was a great race from you, but you just weren't able to get it done. But what was it like being here on the grid in Sandown, just battling every lap? It felt like.
Yeah, it was good fun. I'd say it's probably a little bit sloppy for my standards. I don't like getting into that much carnage, but yeah, it was good fun. It's a bit of a shame about the blue flags because I feel like it cost me quite hard in both races. But yeah, the second race was probably my fault. Looking back at it, I lost the rear real late in the braking zone and just couldn't park it up, and then shit was flying everywhere. So oh well.
Yeah, and I mean, you were really trying to get past Clegg after the blue flag incident happened and all the way to the flag, but you just weren't able to get it done. Was Clegg just placing his car in all the right places, or were you just not feeling super confident in making moves in these cars after what happened on lap 1 and also on the grass at the final corner as well?
Yeah, it was playing on my mind a bit to maybe not cause some more incident, but yeah, I don't know, he defended really well. I couldn't really get an exit due to his defending and didn't want to just punt him off, so yeah, good fun.
It was bloody good fun, mate.
Yeah, fair enough. And
We all
as
thoroughly
well,
enjoyed
I mean,
it.
I'm going to say this to both of you. As a Kiwi won 2 in that race because of that, so that's pretty bloody awesome for you two, I reckon.
Up the wires.
Yes.
And then you had your number 1 fan in the chat, Ryan, as well. You had Jared.
Yeah, right.
Jared in there, basically waving the flag, which was pretty awesome to see. So you got the fan club going.
Yeah, maybe that's why I got involved in so much incidents, because he was pretty good at that.
He definitely was. He
Shots
definitely
fired.
was.
I
Shots
kid.
fired there. Yeah, shots fired. Big
I mean,
time.
I think the last piece of commentary I did over you in F1 was when you got into a huge crash with Jared and Geordie Slater in OFI. So basically just picking it up where you left off. Or was it Jared, or was it
Jared in OFI? It was probably someone else.
Yeah, it was Australia. You got into a huge crash. Oh, was it Jared? I think it was Jared. Or was it OCE? I think it might have been an OCE race, to be honest.
Yeah, who knows?
One of them.
Someone probably deserved it.
Enough gallivanting, you boys. Jeez
Fair
Louise.
enough, but yeah,
Jeez Louise.
picking up where you left off, mate.
Turn it up. Ryan Hunter.
No, but that was great racing from you, and it was a great fight to watch. So congrats on the P2 in both races. I'm sure you'll go one better soon.
Cheers.
Well, Mr. Hunter, that was great from you, but we've got to get to the big man. We've got to get to Ollie Stevens, because you, man, I'm telling you, that is a fantastic result. 2 P3s tonight, and a bit of familiar territory, a bit of unfamiliar territory, whichever one. But, mate, you just kept it clean out there, and everyone else sort of parted the sea, so to speak, and you just came out the other side and said, you know what, bugger is, I'm going to show you how to electric brake these things, and Red Arc style, come out the other side. Tell us about your race, mate.
Sorry, hold on. I'm not sure my P3 in race 1 was entirely on merit, to be honest. Yeah, like you said, the seas kind of parted for me. But at the same time, to give myself a bit of credit, I think I did, I don't know, I kept it clean. I kept it in a straight line, and I kept it consistent. So yeah, I had a bit of pressure from Ryan Shelton behind me at the end there. I think he was quicker. And actually, I almost didn't do the second race because my Wi-Fi was like really cracking the shits at the end of the second race. I don't know what was going on, but I managed to get it fixed. Whatever I did in the warm-up.
It was good to see, mate, because in the warm-up,
I did race in the second race, and I'm very glad I did, because yeah,
it was really good. I loved every moment of it. It was bloody fantastic to have you there with us, and it's just another bit of a points haul for you. You're looking forward to next round, so to speak, with all these boyos, or is it a track that you're not familiar with, so to speak, in the old Gen 3 department? Because we are off to the ever famous Charlotte Oval, and I don't think anyone here has done an oval race into Gen 3 before. What are your thoughts about that one coming up?
I think it'll be fun. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting seeing what people do with setups, because I know the baseline setup really just drags on the floor there. I've actually, because I've done silly hosteds with friends around there, because obviously the baseline setup's designed to turn left and right, not just left. So yeah, that'll be really interesting to see. I think it'll be fun. It'll be chaos, that's for sure.
Lindsay?
I mean, I just didn't know it was an oval race. To finalise some kind of processing that, Zacko. That's going to be intense, isn't it?
Yeah, it is going to be intense. It's going to be mental stuff. But as you said there, Ollie, these cars are supposed to turn left and right, and we see how they set up the NASCARs and the Indy cars too. They've got bloody wheel alignment issues. So we're all going to be driving with the old right hand down scenario here, boys. What are we thinking?
As the crowd goes silent. Oh, there we go.
Come on, Fraser, give us something, mate. Jesus.
No, he's gone. He's legged it.
I have
there he
no clue.
What was the question?
Know. I do have no idea what is going to happen. I know from driving it a bit that it bottoms out even on the road course, so I don't know how that's going to go on the oval, considering we'll be going quite a lot quicker. But yeah, it's going to be about who can make a setup that can deal with the bumps and the bottoming out. Because yeah, I don't know how long the race is going to be, and especially whether there's cautions or not, which I hope there is, because I don't know if I could survive 100 laps of that without parking it in somebody. But yeah, it should be good. I don't know. I should maybe, because we're on this YouTube channel, I should say that it's going to be sensational. But I hate to do it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be something new for me, something new for a lot of people, and something a bit weird, but yeah, something I'm looking forward to.
What about you, Mr. Hunter? Is it going to be open season for you there? You're just going to wind the old ride height right up as high as they go and just put a bit of toe in and toe out on opposite sides of the car? What are we going to do?
Yeah, as the others have said, I think the setup is going to be wildly important. I don't really know where to start other than increasing the ride height, but yeah, I think that it'll probably be a lot closer, just given the nature of the circuit. So we'll probably end up with 15, 20 cars all just nose to tail, and so something will happen.
Goodness me. Lindsay, have you got any final questions there, son?
To be honest, not really, but I have noticed that we've got one more customer here in the interview section. Sam Cullen's shown his nose here, Zach. Do you want to do some last questioning?
I'm not sure what he's doing in here. He didn't finish in the podium in the last one. No, I'm only joking there, Sam. What happened there, mate, in the last one? We saw you up there, and then you pitted, and then you pitted again. I completely missed it. I tried to look for it on the old timing tower and couldn't see an incident. Was it Technologica, or was it just a bit of I can't be bothered anymore?
There was a lapped car that was let me by in a bit of a awkward spot. I just spun around from it. I guess my mistake, but still annoying. But yeah, I just gave up after that. Ryan's too quick out here, so I didn't want to bother.
Come on, Lindsay, you got something for him, surely.
I'm potentially the worst interview person of all time. In race 2, there was that incident with Ryan at turn 1. I don't know if we asked Ryan about that. I know we spoke about race 2, so this is kind of a question for both of you. What sort of happened from your perspectives there in race 1, just when you came to blows?
Silence is deadly, isn't it? Come on, Sambo, you can give us yours.
I said earlier.
Oh, did you? I thought you were speaking about race 2.
It was race 2.
Yeah, but you made contact with race 1 as well.
Race 1, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't think I did anything wrong, but I'm not about to go send it to the stewards either because I'm not that bothered. But it didn't affect my mindset going into the second race or anything.
How did you see race 2 there, Sambo? Was it just a bit of elbows out stuff and physics getting away, or how did you see it?
yeah, just elbows out. Racing's racing. It is what it is. I mean, we were still 1-2 at the end of the first race anyway, so I don't think there's too much to complain about there.
The positive half glass full style. I love it. Well, loving that, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, boys. That's all we've got time for here in the Podium Pro. Congratulations, big phrase. Took P1 in the feature there as well. Congrats, Sam Cullen, on P1 in race 1 as well. And to the podium here of Ryan Hunter and Ollie Stevens. Thank you, gents. And we look forward to seeing you next Sunday, if I can speak, at the Oval. It's going to be interesting. Thank you. And that's all we've got time for here tonight, boyos. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're sending out the Podium Pro here in style. Very, very talented chat there as well with Clegg, Stevens, Cullen, and Hunter. Boy, oh boy, they got iRating points beyond 4 million combined. I can give you the hot tip. But for us here at Sensational TV, it's goodbye. Lindsay Muddle has been next to me tonight, and he's a cut above all of us here in Sensational TV. Look out for his voice around Sydney Motorsport Park and on the Formula 4 Championship Series on the real stuff, ladies and gentlemen, on the TV. Pay TV, you name it. It's going to be there. He'll be the voice and the main man, so stick around for him. But it's been a pleasure to have you in the commentary box with us here tonight, Lindsay. Thank you very much.
No worries, Zach. It's been great. It was a great night of racing, so I'm glad I didn't miss it, considering the whole internet thing before the race.
He nearly didn't come, ladies and gentlemen. He was 5,000 ping away from even being in the commentary box due to internet stuff, but he got here, and that's what the man does. But thank you to you once again. I've been Zach O'Reilly. Guess what? You're not. And thank you to sensational sponsors here, Bilco Pack, ARD Importing, Simulator Driver Training, and Speed Nation. To all of our viewers out there tonight, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. It's been a rip snorter of an event and a night. Thank you to everyone getting involved in the chat. Love yous all out there. And thank you to everyone who's a supporter of the channel here at Sensational TV. But it's goodbye, good evening, and good night here from us. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, tomorrow night, we are back live for Aussie Car with the Skip Barbers, and Lindsay's going to be there with us as well, I would hope there too. Join myself, Christopher Munro, and Lindsay Muddle in the box for that. And until that, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe. It's been a Sensational TV production, and until next time, you know what to do. Keep it flat out.
Sensational TV YouTube channel. Don't fucking miss it.